Hey, hello, Misty and everyone. Welcome. Let's get started with just a little mindful movement. And so you can either do this sitting in a chair or you can do it standing up. You could even do it lying down if you wanted to. I'm going to stand up and just start by kind of intuitively moving your body however it wants to move. Maybe it wants to shake. Maybe very yawny today. Um, Maybe you want to rock and see if it feels good to have your eyes open or closed. And then come to a still point, actually. And if you're standing, bend your knees, hip width apart. You're lying down, just let the body come to stillness and begin to notice your breath. Just the natural breath, however it is right now. And then see if you can ask your body or just allow the body to start moving. So you're not moving from the mind, you're moving from what your body is wanting to do. It's a subtle distinction, but just rather than kind of the reactive movements that we do all the time, like I just did, itching my shoulders. See if you can notice an impulse to move. Notice it and then move. And then if that movement feels like it's reached a place of completion, you can pause again. And then you wait for the next impulse. And while you're doing this, I would invite you to maybe go a little more slowly than you might normally. And really tune into the movements in your body. Tune into being in your body. And if your eyes are closed, maybe opening the eyes and just beginning to take in your surroundings, take in the room around you, doing a 360 view. So turning your body all the way around, looking around you. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again, just noting, you know, many people have had traumatic things happen in their lives, and we can get into this place in our nervous system where it sort of feels like there's always danger lurking everywhere because of past stuff that's happened. And so this is a way of scanning your environment and really noticing, okay, there's no immediate danger right now. It's a way of reassuring the body, which is going to help you um, all the time, but is certainly going to help you be able to drop into a state where you can be more in the present moment. Because when the body feels like it's in danger, it's going to be looking towards the future, it's in the past. And for this period of time, the invitation, the practice is being with what's here in the present moment. So once you've scanned your environment and you feel clear that there is no immediate danger in your environment, then finding a way of sitting or lying down or even standing, if that's what feels good today. And sitting on the ground or in a chair, seeing if you can imagine a string from the crown of your head pulling right upwards. The chin is slightly tucked, the spine is elongated, but it's not rigid. It's relaxed. Maybe do some shoulder rolls. Maybe even give yourself a little neck or shoulder massage. So many of us, I certainly do hold a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders. So it can be a nice way to connect with your body, to give yourself a little touch, a little self massage. Okay. And then dropping into temple, this temple of your body. Hmm. One of my dear teachers, I was at a workshop with her 2 days ago, and she said, the body is a portal to the present moment. Body is a portal to the present moment. So tune into your body in this present moment and either allowing the eyes to close if that feels safe to you today, or if it feels better to have your eyes open, just kind of allowing a soft gaze downward so that you can also be with your inner experience. When we're looking around or we're looking at a screen, it pulls us out of our inner experience. And if that's what you need to feel safe, if you have significant PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder history, it may be the way to go, to just keep your eyes open, maybe even on the screen or maybe on a piece of artwork or a flower or a plant or something that brings comfort or safety. So trusting what your system is needing today. And that goes for the entire meditation and really anything you're doing in life, as I would always encourage you to trust the inner voice. Trust your inner tuition, your intuition. And above all, listen to that above any teacher. When your body says something strongly, definitely listen. Everything is optional here. Honor your yeses, your nos, and your maybes. We'll begin by feeling the lower half of your body and tuning into a place that's contacting the ground that feels in this moment either stable or neutral or safe, grounded. And if it's hard to connect with the lower half of your body right now, spend some time just really feeling the connection between you and the ground beneath you. So there's a downward energy from the sacrum, or if you're standing from the feet. And then there's this upward movement energy from the crown of the head, so that the spine is soft but elongated, not rigid. And you're finding a balance between upright posture, relaxed posture, and being aware of like over efforting, being aware of that tendency to be overly rigid, overly perfect, and seeing if you can dance between, you know, those two polarities, finding a balance of uprightness and dignity, as well as softness and humility in the body. And finding your breath, tuning into your breath. Seeing if you can follow one complete in breath all the way from the start of the in breath through the entire sensory experience of the in breath in your body, the belly filling up with air, stretching, and then the lungs filling up, shoulders maybe rising up a bit. And then there's a natural pause at the top of the inhale. So see if you can notice that. And then see if you can follow one complete exhale. We'll do this in a moment. One complete exhale in the body. So it's like you're inhabiting, you're riding on this wave of breath and you're feeling everything that the breath does. The breath becomes personified and you follow it through the body. And then once the out breath is complete, there's also a natural pause. So seeing if you can be in the stillness of the pause at the end of the out breath. So whenever you're ready, just invite yourself to do one full breath with deep awareness. Just one. And see if you can do another one where you're really staying with the sensations of breath. The mind wanders, it's just one breath. Come back. Come back as soon as you catch the mind wandering. It's not a big deal, it's not a problem. And let's just do one breath at a time so that it's very short and simple. Now see if you can string together awareness of two breaths. So see if you can stay in the awareness of breath sensation for two complete breaths, including the pause at the top and the bottom. Just two breaths. Whenever you're ready, Good. Now see if you can string together 3 breaths. And again, if the mind wanders, it's no big deal. That's what the mind does. It thinks it's its job. So there's no need to be harsh. In fact, that doesn't really work. I tried that for like 10 years. So see if you can be gentle when the mind wanders. Just know that it's part of being human. And then as soon as you see it, come back to the sensory experience of breath. So whenever you're ready, see if you can string together conscious awareness with 3 breaths. Beautiful. Now see if you can string together conscious awareness of 4 breaths with an extra little twist. See if you can notice if there is a certain spot when the mind tends to want to make something happen, when the mind maybe gets bored or loses focus, when your consciousness loses focus and awareness, and see if maybe it's in the pause, maybe it's in the out breath. So you're just bringing mindfulness, not judgment, not criticality, but you're bringing mindful awareness to and curiosity, really. Bring this sense of childlike curiosity to, I wonder if I can see when the mind wants to get busy. When does the mind want to start doing stuff? So let's do 4 breaths. I'm just going to stand up because the door of my house has opened and I'm going to close it. Put something in front of this door. It just keeps opening. Thanks. So 4 breaths whenever you're ready, with the invitation to be aware of when the mind might wander. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe you can maintain conscious awareness of 4 full breaths, beginning whenever you're ready. Pausing and reflecting. Did my mind wander? When did it wander? And just noticing. And then noticing if there's a tendency to be critical or harsh or judgmental. And again, just noticing that part that maybe is habituated and has a habit of trying to put you back in line by being harsh or critical. Most of us have that part. So if it's here, you don't need to judge the judger. Just notice it. And then whenever you're ready, being about bringing conscious awareness, being in the breath, aware of the sensations, aware of the pauses for 5 complete breath cycles. Pausing again, reflecting, noticing. Should my mind wander? Is there some sort of pattern about when it wanders? Is it during the pause when there's stillness? Is there not a pattern? And maybe even now reflecting just on those 5 breaths, if the mind did wander away from the object of focus, the breath, if it wandered away, what did it wander to? And just reflecting, noticing what comes up as you reflect on what the mind wandered to, what comes up in the body, what comes up in your mind. Is there judgment? Is there pride, about staying with 5 breaths? What is it? And again, there is no good or bad. There's just noticing what is. That's what we're aiming for. Hmm. Guess what's next? 6 breaths. With this one, see about playing maybe with softening the body, especially the face and the jaw and the mouth, the inside of the mouth. See what happens if you allow the body to soften on the out breath. Whenever you're ready, see if you can stay with 6 breaths. Pausing, reflecting, noticing. And then the invitation is to see if you can string together awareness of 7 breaths. And if the awareness wanders, seeing if you can catch it and bring it back. So you can count the breath. And that can be a way, especially when you're beginning to meditate and you're developing the power of concentration, the muscle of concentration, it can be a way to develop more and more focus, more and more concentration. So you can count the breath, staying with the in, the out, and the pauses. Now pausing, reflecting. And then now that you've had practice in this concentration muscle, the idea is that we're going to bring this concentration to the body. So you'll expand your awareness out just from the sensations of breath now to the sensations of the entire body. Maybe to the surface of the body, maybe the skin, maybe inside joints or inside the central channel of your body, the energy centers, whatever is coming up in the moment. So we're not going and searching for things. We're just noticing the body as it is in this moment, bringing awareness and using the body as that portal to the present moment, right here, right now, in the body. And so the breath may be part of that. It's sort of like a dance where you stay with a sensation as long as it's here. Maybe it shifts in terms of its intensity. And maybe if you're coping with physical pain, maybe you direct your attention to a part of the body that is not in pain, to periodically. So it might be that the loudest sensation, which might be physical pain, is what calls to you. And if that's the case, you might play with bringing curiosity and actually being with the sensation in the body, in the moment, and watching it. So pain actually fluctuates and it has different qualities. And so we can actually tune into the subtleties of pain or any sensation. And what I heard a teacher say once that I thought was so useful, she said it about emotional or physical pain, is, and I'm not going to quote her exactly, but she said something to the effect of, we can drink in anything through the breath. That imagine you're sipping in sensation through a straw. Or sipping in sensation through the nose, through the breath. Using the breath to be with whatever is here in your body already. And then another, in addition to using the breath to drink in your sensations, you can use your hands. If a certain part of the body is in discomfort or pain, I find that oftentimes giving myself a little bit of loving touch, maybe even a hand on the heart and a hand on the part of the body that feels tight or tense or painful, almost as if I'm sending love directly from my heart to that part of my body. I'm often amazed at how pain or tension will often shift on its own, but not through me avoiding it or running away from it. That typically doesn't work for me. It's more so in going towards it and attending to it with breath or with touch that I notice these things can soften a lot of the time and sometimes not, So if it doesn't soften or shift, it's not because you're doing something wrong. Just maybe the body isn't ready to move that through yet. But really trusting your body's own wisdom. And then including in the awareness of body, not just the kinesthetics or the touch or the feeling sense of the body, but also the other senses. So taste, is there a taste in your mouth? Smell, sound, sight. And if your eyes are closed, you might just notice the play of light and dark behind your eyelids. There's an invitation now to expand your awareness to include body, breath, senses, and emotions. So you might experience emotions as feelings in the body by just knowing, or there might be so many emotions that there is confusion or a sense of, I don't really know what I'm feeling, or numbness. And we don't have to figure it out. We don't have to figure out where something's coming from or why am I feeling this way. The mind will do that probably. And you can just notice that. You can welcome the mind. The mind oftentimes gets afraid of emotions. It wants to make sense of them. It wants to understand them. So see if you can just be with the basics here. The body, the breath, the senses, and the emotions in the body. And notice when the mind wants to start pulling on a thread and telling a story and pulling you away from the present moment. And thoughts are not bad. The mind is not bad. We don't need to damn the mind. But for now, the practice is noticing when the mind gets involved and gently returning to the present moment experience of sense, body, breath, emotion. Noticing the waves of phenomena as they travel through your human body. Noticing when the mind wants to go into the future, to the past, and bringing the awareness, bringing your consciousness right back to just right now, just right now. And then, just for the last few minutes that we have together, now inviting an open awareness practice, if you'd like, where you're allowing your consciousness to float from one thing to the next, which is what it's doing anyway, but you're maintaining, or you're intending to maintain the seat of the witness. So you are witnessing the thoughts, you're witnessing the emotion, you're witnessing the body, the sensation rise and fall, and you're witnessing the senses, and you're using the breath. If you need to come back to the present moment, if you see that you've traveled far from the present moment, as soon as you see that, you can use the breath as an anchor to the present moment. So you're allowing open awareness. And then if you need a bit of grounding, you can really tune into one complete breath cycle and then let your awareness follow whatever is most prominent in your consciousness. You just sort of, you're in the seat of witness, noticing your human experience in all of its dimensions. In a moment, I'd invite you to join me if you like in 3 ohms. And the invitation is to tune into the vibration of the sound in your own body. To really feel as that om moves through your body, feel how it vibrates your body. Feel your own frequency. You can feel it over the bugs here. And if you can't make sound because of where you're located right now, make the sound of Om in your mind. Feel the reverberation of the sound, the frequency of the sound in your own mind. So breathing in. And the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. Bow to the light in each one of you. The essence of me sees the essence of you. So grateful. So grateful you could come today.